Good job. Step. Don't lean though. Push on. Push on that back foot. When that's ready, push on. Push. 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 Up. Up.
It's personal between me and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. We coming out the box swinging in 2023. Hope everybody's having a blessed and happy and healthy new year wherever you're at in the world. You know, it's great to make it to another year. You know, God bless everyone. But anyway, I was having an interesting conversation recently with my main man from Fight Hype. You know, my main man, 50 Grand, one of the best boxing reporters in the world, one of the best in the business, the Dundada of boxing media, my main man out there in Las Vegas, Sean Zattel, you know, someone who I like, who I, in a way, you know, I don't really say this about many, if any, people in the boxing world, but he's someone I actually look up to as far as like how he conducts himself. You know, he's true professional, like the best. And I was talking to him about some boxing recently, and he had made a tweet about Tony Harrison, because Tony Harrison, there was a video that came out that Tony Harrison tweeted recently about of him training. He was training Alycia Baumgardner, holding the pads, getting Alycia Baumgardner ready for what figures to be a massive year for her. You know, she's going to be fighting for the Undisputed Championship at 130 on February 4th out there in New York City at the Hulu Theater. So he made the tweet, and he said pretty much, what if Tony F's around and becomes one of the best trainers in boxing? And I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about, you know, Tony Harrison, his boxing mind, the cloth that he's kind of cut from. Like, think about it for a second. Tony Harrison is probably, I would say, one of the last fighters active in boxing that trained with Emanuel Steward in the Kronk gym and has that lineage, that pedigree, that Detroit Kronk gym, Kronk style knowledge and background. You know what I'm saying? So not only do I think he can become one of the best trainers in boxing, because it's reflected in his overall fight game. He doesn't lose fights because of intelligence. He loses fights because of durability. But he's one of the smartest fighters in the sport. He's one of the technically one of the best fighters in the sport. So it's reflective in his overall career. Aside from that, you know, you look at the fact that he's with Emanuel Steward, and I feel like boxing needs Tony Harrison to be a trainer, because you need people, you know, you need people that were understudies or trained with the great trainers to continue passing down that knowledge generation to generation. So like, you know, if you trace back the Detroit lineage of boxing trainers, you know, you had Jack Blackburn, who trained the great Joe Louis, and then you know, from there you had Emanuel Steward with Tommy Hearns and all these kind of guys, and then from Emanuel Stewart's trained a bunch of fighters. Tony Harrison, I feel like he could be that kind of guy in boxing, kind of be like the Buddy McGirt of the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Because Buddy McGirt was a great fighter, and you know, this is a guy that came from a great lineage of training as well, and he went on to become one of the best trainers in the sport. And I feel like Tony Harrison can be those things, and you know, you just look at Alycia Baumgardner's last fight, the narrative going into the fight, and just from the opinion I had going into that fight based on film study, was that Alycia Baumgardner, obviously she's very explosive. She's got the tools to box, but she's just never shown it on that level against that caliber of opponent. So the narrative was that Mikaela Mayer was the better boxer going into the fight. Baumgardner to be the more explosive fighter. But if the fight were to go deeper and deeper, that would favor Mikaela Mayer. And when the fight happened, we found out differently. We found out that Alycia Baumgardner had some tricks up her sleeve. We saw that Alycia Baumgardner, not only could she be the more athletic fighter in the ring, but she could blend that athleticism with an intelligent array of feints and jabs and just utilization of the ring. And it was just a beautiful display of the sweet science, and to where she outboxed Mikaela Mayer. And I think a lot of that game plan, and a lot of what you can credit that game plan to, was the training and the mind of Tony Harrison, you know, in the corner. So can Tony Harrison become one of the best trainers in boxing if, you know, his career, you know, after his career is done? Absolutely. No doubt about it. You know, Tony Harrison is a guy that you know, you watch, if you follow him on Instagram or if you've just seen his social media at all. Forget Alycia Baumgardner. He trains like these girls and these little boxing and fitness classes holding the pads, and you can tell he enjoys it. You can tell he has a passion for it. And truthfully speaking, I think boxing needs Tony Harrison. After his career is done, you know, I would like to see him, you know, really pursue that, because I feel like he has a lot to offer fighters. I feel like he has a lot to offer the sport so far as like the knowledge he has from being a world championship, world-class fighter himself, and as well as being around a great trainer like Emanuel Steward and, you know, his father as well, who was a fighter. He's just from that background. His dad was a fighter. He was around Emanuel Steward. He's cut from that Kronk pedigree. I feel like it's written in the stars for Tony Harrison to become one of the best trainers this sport has to offer and continue the lineage and the legacy that is Detroit boxing, the Kronk gym, and all that good stuff, you know, and join the likes of like guys like Sugar Hill Stewart who are still, you know, carrying the legacy of Emanuel Steward going forward. So yeah, that's just my take. I thought it was an interesting video. It's something that I know nobody's going to talk about, and I thought it was a great video. So I want to thank Sean Tatel for his tweet and our little conversation, because it inspired this video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Tony Harrison as a trainer? You know, he already has a pretty good, you know, resume. He's made Alycia Baumgardner a world champion. He's played a big role in that. He was a big part of that game plan so far as like helping Baumgardner outbox Michaela Mayer. And not only just that, he outcoached another great coach in Al Mitchell, because you got to remember, Al Mitchell's the trainer of Michaela Mayer, and he was able to get one over on the great coach Al. So that's no small accomplishment in itself. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.